Hello everyone. Last time we were discussing the IUPAC name of some aliphatic amines. We ended up at this example. Now let me complete this. First of all, in aliphatic amines, we'll discuss the IUPAC naming of primary amines. Fine. Now in primary amines, NH2 group present here as a functional group is treated as a secondary suffix. Fine. So obviously the numbering will start from the carbon, which will give lowest number to the NH3, because this is the functional group which do not contain carbon in it. So it's not necessary to always start numbering from the carbon at which it is attached. Fine. Though we have to give lowest number to the carbon to which this functional group is attached. Fine. So it is present at the end carbon in this case. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have word root is but, because no substituent is there, only functional group is there. Single bond butane, and for NH2 we write amine. So A is to be written, so will not write E for ene. So it will be written like this. So E is omitted from here, so butanamine. Right? Now I have taken another example here. Usually student used to make one mistake here. They start numbering from the carbon which contain the functional group. Fine. So, but as the functional group do not contain carbon in it, just like alcohols we have to use here, numbering will not start from the carbon containing functional group, but we have to number the chain to give lowest number to this carbon. So it will be from this carbon 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fine. So here we have NH2 present at position 2, so we have to mention the position here also. So it will be butane 2 amine. Fine. So if it is not written, it is obvious at position 1, but to avoid any confusion you can also add position 1 here, butane 1 amine. Fine. So this is regarding naming of primary amines. Now I will take up naming of secondary amines. Fine. Now this is also important from examination point of view. In secondary amine I am taking one example. Say this. Fine. So this is a secondary amine. Nitrogen, 1 NH bond is present. Fine. So here, while numbering, we will see on both sides there is carbon chain. So only one carbon chain will be selected. So that will be the longest chain starting from here, number 1, 2 and 3. Fine. So this methyl will be written just in front of the name of the compound from where the name starts, right? That means just before the word root. This will not be a substituent, but we have to mention here which alkyl group is present other than this in the secondary amine. Fine. So we'll write it like this: N-methyl. N-methyl. N is written. No substituent number, no locant is given to this. N is written means it is attached to nitrogen. N-methyl propane 1 amine. Fine. So in case of secondary though, we don't need to write here 1 also. We can simply write N-methyl propanamine. Fine. I'll take one more example. Say it is like this. Same group present on both sides, but still we have to choose only one. Here both the groups are same, of same length, so we can choose any one as a carbon chain. So say this is 1, 2, this will be written in front, so it will be ethyl group, N-ethyl, it for these two carbon, word root is here, ethane amine. Fine. So this is regarding naming of some secondary amines. Now I take up one example of tertiary, few examples. Tertiary amines you have, say one example is this. Fine. So here 3 alkyl groups are present, 2 are same, one is this. This one is of larger length as compared to these two, so it will be 1, 2 and these two will be treated as attached to the nitrogen, right? So we have to mention them. It will be like, if two are present, so it is NN dimethyl, 2 carbon in the chain. Now here word root starts ethane amine. Fine. So this is regarding tertiary. Now suppose all the 3 groups are same, or I have taken 2 groups same, say one is different here, CH3, CH2, CH3. These 2 are same, right? So you can take anyone as a chain, 1, 2. So you have to mention here ethyl and methyl. So this starts with M, this starts with E. So E will be first, so it will be N ethyl, N methyl. Now comes word root, ethane amine. Fine. So this is regarding the naming of tertiary amines, right? I have already discussed common name of primary, secondary and tertiary. Now I have also completed IUPAC naming. Fine. Now let me start now IUPAC naming of few aryl amines. Fine. Now among aryl amines we have one example. We know aryl is those type in which nitrogen is not directly linked to the carbon chain, but it is present directly linked to the benzene ring, but it is present in the chain. Fine. So we have already done this. This is benzylamine, the common name, but in the IUPAC name, NH2 present in the side chain. So side chain will be treated as a main chain here, and ring will be treated as a substituent. Fine. So this is the chain, only one carbon is there in the chain. Fine. So what will be the name? This will be again treated as a functional group here. So it will be only one is there. So we'll write it. Phenyl is the substituent for the ring to be written. Phenyl meth, one carbon, ane amine. Fine. Phenyl methane amine. Right. Now let me take one more example in this case. So see here, if the chain length is large, CH2, 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 NH2, fine. So in this case, you can see here, this is your main chain, this is substituent, and this will be treated as a functional group. Fine. So numbering will start from this carbon 1, 2 and 3. So here you have to write it like 3-phenyl prop ane amine. Right? Rather, because 3 carbon are there, you have to mention here 1 amine, because nitrogen can also be here at this position. Fine. So like that, this is the naming of some aryl amines. Now let me start the naming of some aromatic amines. Aromatic. Fine. Now I'll do a common as well as IUPAC naming together. The first most important member in this family is this. Its common name as well as IUPAC. Common name we have is very important compound, aniline. IUPAC has also accepted this as its IUPAC name, but it's also known as benzenamine. Right? So this is the primary aromatic. Let me take one secondary here. The secondary is like this, say. Fine. So just like it will be treated as a derivative of aniline, the common name will be N-methyl aniline. While its IUPAC name will be simply, the same can be taken as, but you can also write N-methyl benzenamine. Right? Suppose now this is, you see, nitrogen having only one NH bond or attached with the 2 carbons here, so it is secondary. Let me take one example of tertiary here. It is CH3, suppose this is the example. Now for this case you will see it's again taken as a derivative of aniline. The common name for this is NN.